Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuke ama reality shows ethu alla eMzansi bese sizala sokhuluma ngawo lama shows. Siyaphinda ke futhi sikhuluma ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu alla eMzansi. If it is your first time joining me today and you really like my content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi and a notification bell ukuze uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. You guys listen, if you want to support the channel, there is a thanks button langezansi. Please press it so that you can give money to the channel. There's a like button, it helps the video a lot, and you guys, we appreciate so much when you watch adverts on the video because I make some money from that. Okay, anyway, you guys, today we're going to do the full review of Real Housewives of Durban season 3, and this is episode 9. And you guys, I'm going to try and do two parts when it comes to this review, but there's so much to talk about. I feel like it could even be 3 parts, but I'm going to try and keep it in 2 parts. Okay, so obviously from last episode, Jojo has left the trip. They are still there. It's the last dinner. Okay, funny enough, you guys, we are approaching Easter, and wherever Jesus is, he is probably preparing for the Last Supper too. So I was like, okay, is this the Jesus situation? And especially because in this dinner there was a Jesus, Jesus being Nonku. Nonku is likening herself to Jesu. I'm like, Nonku, that is so insensitive. Wherever Jesus is right now, he probably does not want to be reminded of the fact that next week he's going to the cross to be crucified. He just wants to focus on supper. Deal with your supper. Don't involve Jesus, because Jesus has his own supper that he's going to deal with, where he will be sacrificed and bazomunikela uJesu, betray uJesu. So I felt like, Nonku, why are you being unfair and bringing Jesus into it? I don't know. This episode, Jesus was a cast member, because he was brought in so many times. Okay. And then there was the bringing of Mabusi too. I'm like, hi girl, she's not getting paid. Don't use her name like that. So we had extra cast members this season. It was Jesus made an appearance, okay, and it was also Umabusi, because of course the producers must be regretting not bringing Umabusi back, because like at least she should have been there being mentioned on the episode. Anyway, you guys, listen. So it's the last dinner. Last episode, it ended before the dinner was over with Usane hitting the table, which I don't think was a good idea, because girl, you're lying, okay? You're lying. Listen, you guys, Sorisha for me this season has been line yokuthi, okay girl, you are just about to go to the other side, like being mean. Okay, you've been nice all 2 seasons. This is the 3rd season, and then you were trying to show us the other side, but don't go all the way to being mean. And I feel like ubekwi line for me where I was like, booyah, kancane, and then this season she just went all the way there. She went all the way there. Okay, I'm not feeling too bad about it, you guys, because I feel like Vele as a person, there are things that will throw you this side where you are being nice, you are the kindest, because everybody has that side, you guys, unless you're a psychopath or something. And then everybody has a side where, like, okay, you want to know how I can be that person, I will show you how I can be that person. So I feel like I'm not mad at the fact that she's showing us that side, and she is going all the way there to say, listen, I can be that person if you want me to be that person. I have been choosing not to be that person. But it is a little bit uncomfortable, because it's like, Sorisha, wena, ngempela, inkosikazi kaVivienne. We don't do that. We've been wanting Sorisha to be like that, but now it's like, Sorisha. Okay, here's the thing that I don't get, but I feel like, you guys, some parts I do feel like they are badly editing it, okay? Because I feel like they have to, when they edit that sit down at the table, they have to be mindful of how they have edited that sit down. Sorisha, no, what's the Sane? Because then there are things that they say to each other that don't make sense because maybe we didn't hear them being said in that scene, but then they're talking about it. This is this sit down. So sometimes there are things that would not make sense for me because I'm like, but that wasn't shown in that sit down. So Sorisha now is trying to clarify into Sane, okay? And she's saying no, Usane did not say Intoga Eni. I'm like, Sorisha, liar, pants on fire. I'm like, liar, pants on fire. What Sorisha should have said was, yes, Usane said that she said it, but then she gave an explanation of how she got to the point where she said it, but she said it. Sorisha is out here saying Sane didn't say it. I'm like, girl, no. Ay, bo, Mrs. Vivian. And then uNonku is like, because Pela Vele Usane had already said, I said it, you guys, but I don't want to talk about it. I've been apologizing about it. uNonku is like, ay, bo, Sorisha, but Sane just said that she said it. And then Sorisha is trying to explain, she said it, but not in that way. She said something else, Takuru and whatever. I'm like, Sorisha, you are not making sense, okay? I feel like it was a mistake on Sorisha's side because she's going to have to answer for that a lot at the reunion. Why did you lie? Because Sane clearly said to you, you even said there and said, so you said it, okay? I feel like you guys, as a person, when you are in a reality show like that, and even if you are building a friendship with somebody, and you are on somebody's side, but when they've done something, you should be able to say, no, my friend, let me just tell the truth. You did say that, okay? I still have your back, but you did. If you're in a setting where you are confronted with, did she say that? Just say, yes, she did, okay? Nonku is not having it, okay? Nonku is not having it. Sanesh, Sane, you are a liar because you know you said that. Why are you pushing everything on Jojo? Okay, and also you did apologize about it. You did apologize to Annie for saying it, and Usane is like, yeah, that's what I've been trying to say, that I've been apologizing for this thing for so long. Now I don't want to apologize for anything. I've apologized enough. Then Usane goes into saying, but when uNonku, you are shifting izinto. The issue here is that Jojo is gaslighting everybody. I was like, yeah, you've got a point there, Sandy, but that is not what we're talking about now. I was like, you're right, Velu, Jojo does gaslight people, but I feel like that was not the issue at the table. The issue at the table is, did you say what you said to Annie? You know, I think honestly, there was a chance for Sane to say, guys, hold on, just keep quiet, everybody. Annie, I said it, okay? I said it. I am sorry. I want it to end now. I don't hate you. I've gotten to know you. I would like to get to know you more, but she did not take that chance. She even says that in the direct session that she was trying to shift focus from herself to Jojo when she started talking about Jojo. She says to uNonku, this is what I talk about when I say that they're not editing the episode kahle, because we don't hear Usane saying to uNonku, when uNonku, you don't have a backbone or whatever, but then uNonku responds to say, how can you tell me that I don't have a backbone just because I am defending my friend? When now you are a liar, telling Usane, okay? So sometimes, like Magune argument, I feel like they should make sure that when the other person says that the thing that the other one is going to be responding to, that we do see that as the viewers. So sometimes you see somebody responding to something, but you haven't heard the thing that they're responding to. And I feel like a person wouldn't just say, when you said I don't have a backbone, but the other one didn't say I have a backbone, especially when they're all sitting there. It's not something that happened another day, okay? So, and now uNyena says she is tempted to believe whatever Usane is saying is true, okay? And yes, so now uNonku is like, but you don't know Usane that well. You actually don't know Usane that well for you to believe it. And then UN is like, yeah, so now I don't know Usane, but you were the one where I was telling Uguti, you don't know Usane, why are you believing her? Now all of a sudden, now I don't know Usane well enough, you know. Obviously, you guys, I understand uNonku. I understand at that point she was under pressure because obviously everybody is coming for her. Not only is uNonku trying to defend herself, she's trying to defend her friend Jojo, who has suddenly left the trip. Okay, I really feel like that scene would have been so interesting with Jojo there, keeping her calm like everybody else. Like if you see them at the table, they are talking, it's heated, they are upset with each other, but everybody has, is sitting down. I think there was a time where Usane swiped seat with Usli, because I think maybe the producers felt it was getting heated between uNonku and Usane, and they were sitting too close to each other, and they wanted that swap, and they swapped the seats. But everybody is maintaining their composure. They're sitting down, they're having a conversation. Nobody is in anybody's face. Nobody is hitting the table. Nobody is throwing. Okay, yeah, Usane did hit the table last week. Nobody's throwing drinks. So I feel like it would have been interesting to have that setting with Jojo around, so that uNonku is not alone. Why did I still feel like with Jojo, why did you leave your friend there to not only defend you, but defend herself alone? You guys, I don't even think that if things were turned around and uNonku had left Jojo would probably be like, Nonku has left me here with these people, I don't know what to do or whatever. I don't think that she would go as hard as uNonku has gone to defend her this episode. So it makes me feel like that with their friendship, that like uNonku is going too hard for Jojo, and I don't feel like Jojo would do the same. She would probably walk out without defending her friend in that situation. So now with uEni, hey, futhi uNonku, hey, uNonku uzoshawa at the reunion. First it was Maria's lips. Now she says, because obviously uEni said, Mina, I'm tempted to believe it happened the way the Lusane says it happened, okay? And then diary session, uNonku is like, uEni is so pathetic, and Eni is the kind, guys, I have to say this, Eni must not hear, even though she she just watched them. She said Eni is the kind of woman that a man would pick up after he is drunk. Esedagiwe. I'm like, hi bononku, kungenaphi manje? Kungenaphi? I don't understand. uNonku attaches a value of a woman to a man. It's those types of people who would say, whether you are able to be chosen by a man, whether you are able to keep a man, adds something to who you are as a woman. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's part of a struggle with uEni. She doesn't understand why uEni was chosen by uDakuru when she doesn't feel like uEni deserves it. I feel like that. So I was like, ungenaphi ukuthi uLona would not be picked up by a man, and would be picked up when a man is drunk, just because she's saying she believes Usane. She wasn't there. She's listening to your stories. Eskasane seemed to be more convincing, even though Eskasane, it's a lie. I was like, hi bononku. I'm like, oh, okay. And I do understand abantu that are saying ukuthi uNonku is becoming uJojo because of comments like that mhlawumbe lezi zinto enizikhulumayo manje noyithu now ziyaphuma, anyway phela lokho that it didn't cause anything because it was said in the diary session. If it was said there at the table, bengenaphuli somewhere lapha yana bekuzophozeka abantu lapha kwephula. Anyway, you guys, I aqale kuNonku now. I think the shaking, because last episode she was shaking a lot at the table. I think the shaking had gone. She was like, laba ngizobanika izigaxa zabo. She was like, wena Maria, you are an evil witch. Ngoba you called me a witch. Even my ex-husband has never called me a witch. You call me a bad influence. Futhi it's not just you. Usli besehlele eduze kwakhe, so bese ngekho lapho said. And then now ushilo. Usli is like, ngitheni ke mina uthe wena mina I'm being influenced by Jojo. Usli is like, yeah, I said it well because everybody is saying it's uthini ya influenceana. Angazi ukuthi nikuthathaphi lokho ukuqala mina ngathi nguJesu manje sengizobethelwa esiphambanweni. It's my last dinner. Uyuan, as I forgot ukuthi there was Ru there. Ruan. Guys, is it Yuan or Ruan? Ruan or Yuan? Ruan, because it's Ru. Okay. Ru is sitting there. Futhi angimbonanga at this time ukuthi ubenze njani mina. Like, how can abantu ilwa nawe Ru, just throw something now. This is Real Housewives. You can't just sit there. I think she was just done with everybody. But you know what? I'm not gonna sit here and listen to you guys talk about my friend that way. Of course, I'm going to defend my friend. Futhi ke mina ngiyoni widi mina nguJesu mina ngisazobethelwa esiphambanweni ama Easter ayeza, so I don't have time ukuthi ngihlale la no Judas Iscariot no Peter abasazongiphika before iqhude likhala. You know, before the rooster le yenzani rooster ayikhali phela angazi, before the rooster does the thing 3 times uPeter usazongiphika uJudas Iscariot usazongidayisa. I don't have time for this. She takes her bag, she goes. Everyone get asale kanjalo. That was the end of the trip. That was the end of the trip, you guys. Let me say this, you guys. uNonku, honestly, she did a lot in that scene. I think she worked a lot. I think she worked overtime, especially with everybody coming against her, you know. And I think she went to that dinner with an intention, you know. But it was emotional for her because after that she went to the bathroom. She was crying. It was a lot, you guys. Remember, she has just gone through what she went through the night before. And her friend is not there, Jojo. She is alone. Everybody is attacking her and all of that. And then she walks away. And when she walks away, guys, nobody runs after her. I thought that at best, Ru should have gone after her. He's sitting there, not even bothering you guys. I'm like, nobody, not even Sorisha go there too. I know you guys are this and this and this. Every single one of them. When I say you are a liar, whenever, you know. So everybody was feeling like, you know, because I really feel like Maria should have, maybe might have gone after her, but she had just called Maria an evil witch. So nobody stood up to run after her and check on her. Only the camera was on her face. So that was it, you guys, when it comes to that scene. I felt like she really tried to hold her own, but it was really emotional. I was surprised by Sorisha. Sorisha basically lied, guys, and said that Usane didn't say it. And Usane, I really feel like Usane was the only one real, especially in the diary session. Not in the scene, because in the scene she's still lying. In the diary session she said, because you know what, it was a good thing that everybody was turning against Nonku because they took the attention away from me and what I said. But I didn't feel good about it because I know the truth, you know. I know the truth. I know that I said what they are saying I said. But in the moment, I felt relieved. The attention is not coming to me. Okay, so even Usane knows what she is wrong, but also Sorisha is there defending her and lying on her behalf. I'm like, I'm not understanding Sorisha, but I will ride with this Sorisha for now because, of course, it's causing a lot of drama and it's causing a lot of discomfort. But I'm just wondering, with this lie, so Usane did not say what Usane has admitted to saying, basically, because she did admit that she said it, you guys. So now, you guys, everybody is back now, and they're back from the trip. And I guess there wasn't really anything for them to show us on how they get back home. I don't know if anybody used the helicopter or everybody drove home, but they are back home, okay? And so they show us uNonku and her sister Umiya. I think uNonku slowly, she is bringing her sister to the show little by little, but she really sounds like a very soft-hearted person. I don't know if it will work for the show, okay? But I like the addition of her sister because obviously uDakuru doesn't shoot a lot of scenes, and so if uNonku needs to shoot with a family member, I think her sister is a good addition. And also I feel like she gives uNonku that balance. She brings her into to the real world. So uNonku is just updating her about what happened at the trip, okay? And she's telling her specifically what the conflict was between her and Jojo. She explains the thing that we all saw. She walks into the room. Well, they arrived. They were not greeted by Jojo, who was the host. She goes to Jojo's room. She sees the glass and the wine. She asks about the drink. Jojo thinks that, she says the room is smelling of alcohol, and she does not understand how it got to that, and it became like a big blow up, and Jojo ended up walking out. The sister is like, yo, and it's one of my real housewives. It's a number by gangster housewives. I was like, she's right. At this point, they're like gangster housewives. I don't know how many people have talked about wanting to throw hands. Slee has talked about wanting to throw hands. Umbali has talked about wanting to throw hands. uNonku, did she? I don't think that she did, but obviously she was heated, you guys. So they really are becoming like gangster housewives, okay? So, and the sister is just saying, it sounds like the friendship is now toxic from the way that I see it. And she also says, you guys were at Sun City, didn't you deal with the same thing when it comes to Jojo? Because at Sun City, didn't she throw water at somebody? And it's like, exactly. So exactly the same thing that happened at Sun City is happening here. And yeah, you guys, it was a nice conversation between the two of them. I think Ueno was shopping for a dress because they are going to an event. Kelvin wanted to do an event where the husbands would come with the wives. It was supposed, this event was supposed to be an event for the husbands, and then the wives were going to take along. But then the husbands didn't really show up, but we'll talk about it towards the end, you guys. And the next scene was Sorisha and Nonku's scene. Nonku called Sorisha to come so that they could have a conversation. Nonku is at her house. She's swimming by the pool. Sorisha comes, of course, dressed up, so she wasn't ready to get to the into the pool. Okay, so they're trying to talk. Okay, and I don't know, you guys. I feel like maybe Nonku wanted to feel where is Sorisha when it comes to her friendship, and because at some point she even asked Sorisha, "What do you think about me?" Like, honestly. And because she says she's always felt like Sorisha is the nicest in the group, she is the person that is the safest to talk about. But Nonku is fake too, you guys, because I'm like, but how do you say that, Nonku, when in the other scene you said that she was the puppet, she was Annie's puppet? So how was she the calm and the cool one and the one that is the best to talk to, but in the other scene you were calling her a puppet? So it wasn't making sense, okay? So, Sorisha says, listen, Nonku, I feel like you really are a good person. I feel like you deserve everything that you have, everything that you worked hard for. But I do feel like when it comes to friendships, you hold on too much. And when you have a friendship, then you use that friendship to go against everybody. uNonku, of course, she doesn't understand that. And also, she talks about how when she was at the trip, she felt like Jesus. So she was bringing Jesus back again, to to the episode. And she says, when I felt the same way like Jesus felt before going to the cross. I'm like, girl, that is not the right thing to say, because nobody feels like Jesus. Nobody has ever gone to the cross. So you don't know how Jesus felt. And I'm like, this is so unfair, especially since Easter is coming. Okay. Anyway, and then Sorisha quotes a scripture too. You know what Jesus said in that scene? She said, kuthiwani kambe lana bathethelele ngoba abakwazi abakwenzayo. Ngisho ngesiZulu phela mina, but she said it in English. Hey, musani ukuthi ngikhuluma English lana. Ulona uNonku did the thing that born again Christians do all the time when you quote scriptures to them, because they always act like iBhayibheli labo. It feel like umuntu mayishumayela uthi, but there's another part in the Bible that says this. They act like, hey, you even know the Bible, but do you believe it? That's what she said. She's like, yeah, people quote Bible all the time, but do they believe it? I'm like, yeah, but she's telling you, she's advising you. That's what Jesus said. You go to so now you must forgive, ngoba phela you are Jesus. And you are Jesus' sister. Do what Jesus would do, which is to forgive. Okay. So anyway, you guys, they end up saying it wasn't really like a nice conversation, but like Sorisha said, I think it's a great thing that they can still be matured enough to have a conversation. But uNonku doesn't agree with the fact that she's blinded by a friendship ka Jojo when it comes to isn't this wrong, isn't well Jojo. I do feel like that, guys. I like their friendship, and now I'm feeling like they're real friends, you guys. It might not be a friendship that we understand, but I feel like they're real friends. However, I do feel like with uNonku, when you are friends with somebody, you should be able to still say that what they did was wrong. And I haven't heard that from uNonku. Okay, I have not heard that from uNonku. That is the thing that worries me when it comes to this friendship. Okay, so then you guys, they do go to the gym because they've been invited to the event at Jojo, which is going to be a fight. And so they go to the gym, I guess, just to, I don't know, what was the point of that? What's the point of that? It was usually Urwani and Maria. Maria and Urwani were with another trainer, and then Sorisha and Eni were with Eni Nosli were with another trainer. Nonku was not there, Jojo was not there, Bali was not there, and obviously Usane was not there. Okay, so you guys, I guess they were practicing for what was gonna happen at the fight, the event that they are being invited to, and Usorisha got hurt la emlenzeni because while ekhahlele angazi nami ukuthi kanjani, and the place ahetheke kuyona nje is weird, and she was bleeding or whatever, but it wasn't anything serious. It was like the other woman can continue elokhuzeni ejimini. Anyway, the trainers were hot, so the the ladies were very impressed, you guys. I got again, the funny part was Uru trying to fight. It was like it was a funny part, you guys. Anyway, they talk about the fact that they're supposed to go to Jojo's event, and Usli initially she was like, I'm not going. The way that Jojo has treated me, I don't think that she wants me around. And also the fact that Jojo thinks that I flirted with her husband. She did not say that, but she indicated, Guti, this is an event where we are supposed to bring our partners. I don't have a partner, so is that gonna work for Jojo? And Sorisha in the diary session says, it's okay. Anyway, Usli was accused of that. Maybe it's not a good idea, but UN is trying to convince everybody to say, guys, you can't hide forever. I think she was just saying, guys, we are shooting a show here, so she can't invite us to an event and us we did not go, because that is work. We're supposed to go to work. But she did not put it that way. She was just saying, guys, we cannot hide forever, so we have to show up for some things. So make a way to show up for that event. Usli is saying it's gonna be very difficult. I think Usli would have been justified not to show up, because obviously Jojo has shown that she does not like Usli, and I think Usli as well doesn't like Jojo, and she has said that they are not friends with Jojo. So I honestly also feel like she would have been justified to not show up, but I think that Eni does not want to show up there alone. Okay. With Maria, no Ru, they were just talking about Jojo. She says that she has not spoken to Jojo since the trip. But I was like, Maria, you are supposed to be friends with Jojo. Have you not called her, gone to her house, passed by her house, checked on her, or anything like that? Now, and Maria sometimes is questionable when it comes to these friendships, because she's the one that is supposed to be friends with Jojo outside of the show. So why have you not checked on your friend after that whole thing? Or is the reason that the cameras were not around? You would have checked on her if the cameras came to accompany you to go check on your friend. Why did you not check on your friend? Because remember when Jojo walked out, she was the one that wanted Jojo. She did not want Usane close to Jojo. But now that you are back, you don't even check on her. I'm like, the fakery this episode was a lot. Okay, anyway, you guys, that's all that we're going to do in this part of the review. This is going to be part 1. Please tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Like the video before Pumegiona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando.